Are you sure? Buenos días. Hoy es miércoles 30 de agosto. Hoy sí hay una jornada en la Inter contra Cincinnati, si me recuerdo bien. Mira esto. Ayer hubo una tormenta bien fea. Y todas las plantas de cazaba bueno, no todas, pero casi como mitad de las plantas de cazabas que tenemos se cayeron. Entonces tuve que recogerlas, mejor dicho, desde el tronco que viene desde el suelo, se cayeron hacia el frente. Tuve que cogerlas y coger un hilo elástico y tratar de soportarlas contra la acera.
Perdón, la cerca.
Sí, no fue bonito. Pero yo creo que esas plantas ya están listas para para sacarle las raíces, para sacar la yuca. Pero mami dice que no. La última planta de cazaba que habíamos planteado, yo creo que ya en este periodo de tiempo que la misma cantidad de tiempo que hemos tenido estas planteadas, sacamos la otra. Y las yucas salieron de buen tamaño porque mami estuvo impresionada, pero yo qué voy a saber. Ok, sí, voy a continuar grabando cuando dejo la princesa en su escuela. Ok. Yeah, I left the princess at her school and I am on one of the two cross streets of which the school's on. It's on two main streets. This is actually the main street of which our house is on. It does not run all the way to North Broward. I think it stops around. It actually has several points where it cuts off, so it doesn't even run all the way through. But I think up north it stops like around Coral Springs, if I'm not mistaken, or where that guy Cruz shot and killed. I think it was like 16 students, 17 students, and two staff members. He was a kid, a young man. I think he was like 18 years old. So it's sad, but you know, that's life. That's why it's hard to. We just have to have faith, and you know, that's the beauty of being here in the United States. We're even though we're not really free, we have all these laws that are inadequate and are also, how do I say, they digress the progress of our society. For instance, harsh penalties against people who use controlled substances, or how the police like to call them all, they label them all narcotics, which is, one, scientifically is not accurate. Narcotics is only one group of drugs, and two, when you learn about the history of this country and how policy was put into place, you start realizing that this is something that children learn. Because I learned this while I was in school, because that's a big part, or at least it was, maybe not anymore. Because, and the reason why I say maybe not anymore is because now that stigma is not there, it's not taboo like it used to be. For instance, marijuana. That's what I'm trying to refer to. Now that it's not taboo, it's not like it's decriminalized. I believe here in Florida, for medicinal purpose, it's legal, and I'm sure by like 2026, maybe the next World Cup, they may have a referendum to make recreational use legal. I think just the act of doing that made it so that children, teenagers, because teenagers are children up until they're 18 and they become adults, which is kind of I think the reason why the government does that is so that they can recruit them for the army, the government knows that that at 18 the human person is still impressionable, even though they're still they the vast majority, or at least the ones that are educated, by the time they're 18, they more than likely already have their own values which guide them. But the ones that perhaps were not so bright, or are still very impressionable, or just want to make a lot, or just are still trying to find out whom they are, those type of people, in my opinion, are the best ones to recruit to push forward your agenda. So for the military per se, the military is supposed to be, like it's right there in the name, DOD, Department of Defense. It's supposed to be defense, and it is true. They defend things like, someone commented to me the other day, like how our army defends trade. If it wasn't for that, the economy wouldn't be as strong as it is, because there is pirates out in the ocean, and most trade actually comes through shipping containers, which are shipped in big old boats, like they're humongous. But nonetheless, they said to me that without the U.S. something, but that doesn't mean that there would not be order in the world without the United States. The United States helps, and maybe there might be a higher level of order because of the United States. But even if the United States was not there, all humans instinctually have more or less a compass that shows that will either develop, like grow naturally within them as they learn right from wrong. And once they do, and they know that when you act righteously, it brings order into the world, and that order will bring peace, that peace will bring joy, and that joy will bring happiness. Okay, so don't pursue happiness. That's what I used to tell somebody that I really care about and love, because they were like, oh, I just want to be happy. I said, man, if you pursue happiness, it's like you're like a dog chasing its tail. It's not gonna happen. What you should try to pursue is peace, because once you achieve peace, then you're probably already achieving joy. Joy is like an afterthought, or is caused by having peace in your heart, in your mind, your soul, your body, just all of you, because that's another thing too. Once you're one with your, in the meetings we say higher power. In service, they call it by, they say God. So once you're one with, I'll just say love for my own purposes, because God is love. Once you're one with true love, everything else will be where it needs to be. And just like the Wu-Tang Clan said, Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. All right, I'm not gonna talk much because I already talked plenty, and let me get a good shot so that I can get at least 1 star, not 1-star review, but like a star, like how Hollywood has stars. Well, we do also here in Pembroke Pines.